Hello everyone, welcome back to Karina Multilingual. There was a short summer break on my channel that you might have noticed. I had a road trip to the south of Europe and was in Bavaria and Austria. In today's video, I'll teach you some helpful words and phrases that you'll be able to apply for yourself, and will also tell you a little bit about my vacation time. So the first typical question you get once you get back to work or to school: what kind of holiday were you on? Let's see what kinds of holidays exist. Maybe you'll pick up yours. Were you on a cruise? Were you camping? Was it a sightseeing holiday or a so-called city break? Were you visiting museums and other places of interest? Or maybe it was a beach holiday on a remote island or in a warm country. Were you backpacking? Or maybe you had an adventure holiday with lots of activities. Package holidays are also very popular because everything is included in your holiday and you don't need to book things separately, but you have to book it in advance. Or you might have had a short break, like a short holiday, and do some day trips with your family. If you, however, didn't go anywhere but stayed at home instead, you would call it a staycation. A holiday at home. So my holiday was a road trip because I was traveling by car. I like going on road trips so that I can have shorter or longer stops when and where I want. And this road trip was also a wellness holiday with a sauna, a swimming pool, and workouts in the hotel gym. Now tell me, what holiday were you on? Thank you. Now let's talk about your vacation activities. The next typical question would be, what did you do on your holiday? Here are some possible answers. I chilled out and did nothing. I went sightseeing. I went climbing, diving, swimming, surfing, snorkeling. I was sunbathing at the pool. I went to a spa and had spa treatments, a facial or a massage. I discovered different places or explored an island or a city. So depending on what kind of holiday you booked, you speak about different activities. So now tell me, what did you do on your holiday? Thank you. Another typical question is, where did you stay? Here you have to speak about your accommodation, the place where you were staying at during your vacation. So let's name some of them, from inexpensive to more exclusive and original ones. For example, we were staying in a tent, a chalet or a cabin, on a campground, at a youth hostel, in a caravan, at a B&B, in a serviced apartment, in a guest house, in a farmhouse, in a luxury resort, in a spa resort, in a safari lodge, on a cruise ship, in our second home, on a houseboat, in a tree house, or you can say, I was couch surfing. The most popular accommodation is a hotel, right? And there you can specify the number of stars and the service. For example, we were staying at a 5-star hotel with full board. Full board includes breakfast, lunch, dinner. Half board, breakfast and dinner, or just with breakfast, or self-catering, or all-inclusive. So how would you answer this question? Where did you stay? And now let's describe your holiday more in detail. So the food, the prices, the service, the city, the beach, the hotel itself. So the next typical question is, what was it like? What was the weather like? It was fantastic. Warm temperatures, the sun was shining, no rain at all. Or it could be the opposite, of course. The weather was a complete disaster. Heavy rains, cold temperatures. We weren't lucky with the weather at all. So what about your holiday? What was the weather like? If you were on a beach holiday, then people will ask you, what was the beach like? And there you can say it was stunning. Sandy beaches with pristine nature and almost no people at all. Pristine means untouched, very authentic. Or the opposite, it was disappointing, polluted and overcrowded. Polluted means there was a lot of waste on the beach, a lot of rubbish, garbage, litter, whatever. And overcrowded means there were too many people. So were you on a beach holiday? What was the beach like? The next typical question is about your accommodation. What was the hotel like? Did you like it? You can say it was a good value for the money, means the price was reasonable for the service we got. Everything was immaculate. Immaculate means perfect. Or the opposite, it was understaffed and shabby. It definitely needs renovating. Understaffed means there weren't enough people in the service, and shabby means that it's not really new. So now I'd like you to give me your answer. What was the hotel or the accommodation like? Thank you. The next question might be about the food. What was the food like? What did you eat? You can say, we tried local food and it was delicious, spicy, or finger-licking good. Or you can say the opposite. Unfortunately, it was bland, like with no taste at all. Too salty, too spicy, or inedible. So what about the food you ate? What was the food like? Thank you. The next question might be about the service. What was the service like? You can say the staff was extremely friendly and helpful, with top-notch means excellent service. Or the opposite, the staff was rude and inattentive. The service was poor. And what about the service you had? What was the service like? Thank you. If you were on a city break, people will ask you, what was the city or is a place like? You can say it was bustling, meaning lively, trendy, like fashionable, and fully packed with tourists. Or the opposite, it was empty, boring, and there was nothing spectacular. So, what about you? What was the city or is a place like? Thank you. And the final question is also very important. People ask this a lot. What were the prices like? You can say there were so many different options. Even a college student could afford it, so it was affordable. Or the opposite, it was full of wealthy tourists and it was difficult to find a reasonably priced meal. So it was not very affordable. And now you, what were the prices like at your place on your holiday? Thank you. And now let me give you an example of how I would speak about my vacation. So a couple of weeks ago, I had a well-deserved vacation in Austria. I say well-deserved or well-earned because I hadn't been on a vacation for a year due to the pandemic. So on Saturday morning, I hit the road at 8 and it was a safe but a very long drive. To avoid the usual tourist traps like peak vacation times, I chose September. However, there was plenty of construction on the road, hindering the traffic. So it took me about 10 hours to get to my first stop in the small village named Au. That is a bustling skiing resort in wintertime, but quiet in summer. I marveled at the pristine beauty of Austrian nature with its lakes and mountains touching the clouds, so everything looked so untouched. There I met a friend who I hadn't seen for a couple of years. We tasted some local food, and even though it was rather fattening, it was delicious. The following day I went to Kitzbühel, a small but quite famous town in the east of Austria. It's popular for its skiing resort. In summer, however, you can hitchhike or play golf instead. There I stayed for 3 days at a beautiful 5-star hotel, went to the sauna, went swimming, worked out and had a massage. It was so relaxing, but it was too short. The staff was extremely friendly and helpful. The food was international and delicious. I had half board, which means breakfast and dinner were included. So the weather was fantastic for almost the entire holiday, and I could enjoy being outside a lot. I can say that all in all it was an unforgettable vacation, and I'll definitely return soon. So what about your holiday? You can put your description in the comments down below. If you haven't been on holiday yet, you can share your plans and arrangements, or you can even describe your dream holiday. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. Give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in my next video next week. Bye guys!